Hello, Cancer and Aquarius individuals. Welcome back to Nature's Galaxy. I'm your host and talkative friend Luna. Thank you so much for stopping by and trusting me with your cards yet again. How are we? How are we doing? I got new vitamins. My mood was about to plummet. But I got my blood test literally just in time. And they're just like, you're still low on vitamin D. And it's like, yay. At least I don't have to be on antidepressants. I'm just vitamin D deficient. Anyway. Slowly but surely, second day, it's a little bit of a climb up, but feeling better. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Yeah, felt that. Felt that one. Yeah. Just so many emotions just underneath the surface. So potentially feeling overwhelmed. Potentially having other people want to overwhelm you. I don't know. Normally that's not so much of an issue at times, but depends on the connotation, depends on the frequency, depends on where they're coming from. Depends on if their intent is based off of us in that day receiving truth. Or moment, I feel like we receive truth quite a bit. But anyway, let's see what the cards have for us this holiday season. Sorry. I celebrate Halloween. The rest of the holidays all the way up until the Lunar New Year, meh. All right, so we have the Death card. All right, so part of our draconic astrology coming through a little bit. So with the Death card, you feel like you're channeling different people's ending, or you feel like the Grim Reaper is right around the corner and saying hi to you as it's passing by, and you're hearing about people who are going through losses. I know we can get lost in our mind, and this is a reminder to me as well, but reach out, extend an olive branch. You don't have to put both of your feet in the water, but do the right thing. Okay. This could even be with people that were, hold on, I'm gonna text. Just repeated conversations. Anyway, so in terms of the Death card energy here, yeah, extending that olive branch, even from people where they haven't been so nice to you. They kind of have been a little bit more chauvinistic. It's about me and the situations I'm going through, but it's one of those times where you might have to swallow your pride a little bit. Lilith is in Scorpio at this point in time, and if it comes down to how we're wielding that power of loving our friends, our family, our children, if you have any, I don't, unless plants. Do plants count? But anyway, you do my arts and crafts, do my paintings. Oh my gosh, these texts. It's a thanks for all that you do text message that I got, so yay. Got a whole bunch of that going on as of recently, but I'll take it. Whatever. So Death card. Also with the Death card, speaking truth. Speaking a lot of truth. Be mindful, just be as sweet as you can when it comes down to just saying certain things, because I don't think you can help the truth that's coming out of your mouth at this point in time. I don't think you can control it. But, maybe for some of you, the holiday spirit still lives on. Run with it. Be as happy as you can in it. Because for the rest of us who are jaded, have to work consistently, we're very happy to, you know, at least try to find time to sleep in. Try. Underline. Thankfully this year I can't sleep in, but there's definitely other years where they want me up. If you are spending this Christmas alone, I hope you have a fantastic warm drink in the morning. I hope you're able to sleep in. I hope that maybe crash a party or two to get a plate. I'm not sure. But if you are spending it alone, I'm a little jealous. But anyway, I hope you can, you know, find time to really just do what you want. Have a good meal, have a warm meal, and different things like that. All right. So with the death card, for some of you, maybe the death anniversary, or you could be experiencing or have experienced recently a passing. You know, the death card, you know, the Grim Reaper behind, and then the Aquarius Cancer placement right here to some extent. To some extent. You know, there's still a flower right here, okay? You know, there are things that are bigger than you, but you know, of course, you're allowed your moments. So take them as you need. Don't dive too far into it. You still have books to read. New music will be coming out. New movies will be coming out. You get to paint again. You get to play the piano again. You get to... Who in here is playing the saxophone? I want to know. Link me. Email me. I will cheer you on the whole time. Be like, yeah, play that saxophone. I'll be like in the back. Be like, yeah. Anyway, I'm just putting it out there. I'm being silly. Okay. What else? What else for the Cancer, Aquarius individuals that we all... What else do we need to know? We have the 8 of Wands. Right after the holidays, back to work. Thanks. So you might get a little bit of a pay raise, not too terribly much, but if you need to pay off a bill, be responsible. If you don't want to be responsible, make sure your debt is not piling up too terribly much, whatever that emotional debt is, whatever those payments are, so on and so forth. But 8 of Wands, Sagittarius energy. Give yourself a little wiggle room to make a mistake or two. This isn't about like hurting people's feelings. It's just making room for any mistake that you might have. Like, for instance, you know, tipping over a glass or something like that. Or I've almost like tripped like a few different times today. But thankfully it just wasn't going that fast. So 8 of Wands, try not to go that fast. Try to still have some temperament when it comes down to your anger. For some of you, this might actually be a reflection type of year where it's just like, how many times, what's really coming through, how many times have, you know, the Cancer, Aquarius, you know, how much has that anger taken over the last few years? Or how much has your misery defined you? So on and so forth. You know, potentially working with those deeper emotions. There we go. We have the Page of Swords. So Scorpio energy coming through a little bit, or looking in, I'm not really sure. No judgment. But anyway, the only reason why I say that is like the Page of Swords is kind of like the looking in type of card. And then we also have Scorpio right here, and or it could be a Sagittarius, but no judgment. No judgment. So when it comes down to this, is very colorful right now. But so it might actually be coming through with love energy, whomsoever this Scorpio or Sagittarius person is. There's a lot of just love frequency kind of like blinding you a little bit here or there. I don't know why there's like different streaks while I'm recording this, but you know, I tried to clean it off. I tried to smudge it off, and it just, that's what I got. But anyway, With the Page of Swords, you might find more time to read a little bit, whether it's a comic, whether it's a manga, whether it's a novel, whether it's psychological things that, you know, you're just interested in. But whatever it is, I don't know. I just feel like you're just going to find, you know, more time to read, more time to sketch, more time to just think about a few things. Some of you might be changing podcasts, who you listen to. You could be just transitioning into a different state of behavior. You, for some of you, could be really tapping into that inner child. Shout out to the brown girls out there, because that's kind of what's coming through. You know, your inner child doesn't feel like it has to like go, 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 wake up, go, 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 go. And it's like, just tied down almost to being this adult character. So you may have to speed up a little bit when it comes down to work. I know. We're not fast moving most of the time. We're very slow moving. Hey, look, it is what it is. No judgment here. But I do feel like there's a little bit like of a push coming up this week. Get the coffee ready. Anyway, whether it helps you speed up or not, for some of you, it could just give you like the jitters or something. What's something else that could give you a good little boost of energy? Stretching, cardio. Cardio can do the trick. So it's a lot of arm work here and there. You don't have to like lift or anything. Maybe like a push-up here or there, so on and so forth. It could get you going. You know, just putting it out there. I don't know, for me, like when I do push-ups, like I start pacing. Just like, I'm in my mind now. I got things to think about. Anyway, back to being a human. This deck actually really doesn't want to talk too terribly much right now, so let me just get like maybe a card or two, and then I'll... Card or two. Okay. Alright. Oh, High Priestess in reverse. Maybe for some of you, headaches. You don't really want to use all of your full intuition at this time. Somebody may be hiding secrets from you, but if they're hiding secrets from you, again, like look at all the rainbow colors going on right here. I don't think you care. If somebody's like cross-watching this video and I accidentally did like that little sister thing where I peeped you off, sorry. I guess it's important to say the Aquarius Cancer placement does not care, but doesn't know, doesn't care, out of sight, out of mind. It kind of is what it is. But you know, the High Priestess in reverse, yeah, for some of you, if you're drinking too much, smoking too much, it could also like reverse your intuition a little bit. So it's best to pick your vices and choose moderation. That's what's mainly coming through. Again, with all of the rainbows, it's just your intuition right now is going to come through mainly as feeling, not so much as the visions that we can potentially get. But yeah, whether it's the dream world, daydreaming, or, you know, just ping from the angels, either way, or the ancestors, or God, or the divinity at large, I'm not sure. But when it comes down to the High Priestess in reverse, a lot of your intuition is going to come through feeling. So very much yes, no. Does it feel like a yes, or does it feel like a no? But that's going to be up to you coming up, all right? So here's the High Priestess in the upright. But studying. Maybe there's something that you're going to uncover about yourself, or something that happened in childhood, or maybe there's certain things that trigger you from old photographs if you are going to be with family coming up, or friends potentially even, where, I guess I was always like that. The signs were always there. I know I was with my friends some weeks ago, and when I was younger, I would tell people, I was just like, I think I have dyslexia. like bad. And they're just like, no, 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 you could still do this, you could still do this. And I'm just like, okay. Now, 10 plus years later, we're looking at old notes and they're looking at me and I'm looking at them like, the signs were always there. The signs were always there. Unfortunately, next we have the Nine of Swords. So, High Priestess in reverse, and then the Nine of Swords. So again, if you have lost somebody recently, it is very important for you to go based off of how you feel. Is it a yes or is it a no? How do you feel about it? So it could even get a little confusing, but that also means you have to wait for certain responses. You have to wait for certain things to digest as well with how you need to move forward. The Nine of Swords in this particular deck is torment. Okay. So if it isn't so much like the passing of someone and all of the responsibilities kind of like daunting you at this point in time, the Nine of Swords kind of comes through as a completion almost for the rest of us. You have exposed the holiday season yet again and how it is for you. Or there's certain things that you need to start writing down. There are certain things that you just need to start expressing. For some of you, what I just got was like, you need a new friend group coming up. There could be some exposures. Okay, I'm sorry. I got like all of a sudden this really nasty energy that tried to come through. Fuck that. Yeah, some of you need to go get new friends. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Somebody got some witchcraft going on. The fuck? Get the fuck out. Bye, hater. 2010. Bye, hater. I used to hate that. I hate, well, I didn't have haters back then. Actually, no. I had one. She was crazy. She was insane. She was stalking me. She was stalking my friends. Like, it was insane. But anyway. Ooh, bottom of the deck. 7 of Cups. Ew. Well, does it look clean to you? I'm just asking. Gross. 7 of Cups. I was gonna do the 9 of Swords, but let me do the 7 of Cups real quick. What is an affirmation to battle this 7 of Cups energy? Confusion, denial. What do they always say in the church? The devil comes to steal, comes to kill, comes to destroy. That's what's coming through right now. So affirmation to get this out of the energy. Get this fear out of here. Be gone with you, bitch. The spirit. I don't know who I would be talking to if that was the case. But it's the spirit. Spirits be jumping into people sometimes when, you know, they're not cleansing themselves correctly. And I'm not so much talking about bathing. It's, you know, different things that you know, the eyes are the window into the soul type of shit. But all right, let's see. Okay, so you should feel safe receiving love. I feel safe receiving love. So if you do not feel this, it's time for you to gracefully move on. I had a Capricorn that passed away a few years ago, my friend. They dedicated a song to me. Pretty sure one of them was just called Grace, and that's what it reminded me of. I miss going into their lives. Anyway. Because I'm a music fiend. So, anyway. Oh, we got a couple of cards here. I don't search for love. Love searches for me. With the death card. Yeah. After tragedy, you know. From death to rebirth. From the passing to birth and life. And different things like that. The more wealth in my hands, the more good circulates in the universe. So this is with the 8 of Wands here. So you're doing a lot, you're working a lot. You need to find time to reflect if you do have more fiery placements, okay? This is just something for you to focus on for the time being. It almost feels like a lantern. You got to follow the lamps, the street lights all the way home, but it's more of an internal thing. The more wealth in my hands, the more good circulates in the universe. There's something about feeling safe in liminal space. I don't know. I'm picturing like a suburban area with street lights, like those old street lights that like had this architecture to them, not these like stick in the ground type of lights that they now pretty much have everywhere, but like one of those old timey lamps. It doesn't have to have the wick in it or anything, like Salem back in the day. Anyway, they're just throwing in a joke over there. But yeah, it's just something to focus on. And then my family line is now blessed with wealth. I feel like this is actually for the 9 of Swords. I was going to put it over the Page of Swords, but no. My family line is now blessed with wealth. I think that goes over the 9 of Swords. There's a truth that you're going to be telling your family coming up and they don't see it coming. That could also be, you know, the High Priestess in reverse. You have been holding on to something for you don't know how long. Or it doesn't even have to be that long. It could just be your truth. But, you know, certain people just don't see it coming. And it could cause them to be in the 9 of Swords. Like, oh dear Lord. You may have to comfort some people coming up, but you know, moderation. Okay. And then we also have, I expect amazing opportunities today, and that's where I feel like the Page of Swords would come in. What else with this Page of Swords? Let me get the, you are divinely protected with money coming in. I'm not sure. That's a message for somebody. Page of Swords. What do they need to know? Yeah, this divinely protected wants to come back out again. Shout out to the brown girls out there. What's up? All right. But cleanse that. Your aura is giving musty. Oh my God, did I not just sage not too long ago? It's your friends, like certain people that you really care about, that you really love. Like, the more you cleanse yourself coming up in terms of like spiritually, some people are just going to start falling off. So this is something Spirit wants you to know. Could be trans, could be gay, as I'm saying that as well. You do not have to be. Now, if you also still resonate to a certain degree, it doesn't mean like you're one or the other. You just resonate. You know, no tea, no shade, no... Very transparent. You can see right through me. Walk right through me. What? Mr. Cellophane. Know my names. I don't know. Chicago in the house. The musical. Hello? Hello? What else with this Page of Swords? Divine timing. Oh my God. Stop asking. Well, fine damn bitch. Aquarius. I am exactly who I think I am. So there's certain things that you don't have to keep looking for. And that would make sense with... Jupiter being in Cancer, but in Vedic astrology, Jupiter to a certain extent would be in Gemini, and that's something that we have to stop and focus on. Is you can't always question something and immediately like find the answer. There's certain things that you need to just like wait on. You need to let your spirit sit in it for a second. Something like that. Oh. But Aquarius placements. You have some shmoney coming in. It's giving BDE energy, but it also looks like there's a hard truth. You're the drama this time. There's certain things that you have to recognize coming up. You know, if you got to take the L, you got to take the L. But there's something in terms of friendships that you have to watch out for. There's a certain level of your shadow work that you still have to address. If you're not dealing with anybody romantically, some people may think you are. I don't know, use it to your advantage. They can leave you alone for a while. But, you know, that's just me. All right. Divine timing. Oh my God, stop asking. It's very direct. But, yeah. It's something about a Pisces energy. Protect, be stingy with your energy. So if you have Pisces placements, because there's different red flags going on around you. So you didn't see that big ass red flag. Oh, okay. That's what the card says. Okay. There's something about soul ties here. You could be ending a soul tie coming up. Like actually doing like a cord cutting thing. But, you know, to each their own with that one. But I also feel like for some of you, it could be a natural cord cutting situation going on here, especially if, I don't know, someone gets married, somebody gets in a relationship, something like that. I'm not really sure. There's a toxic Virgo Gemini around you. You need to listen to the angel numbers around you. It's all about divine timing, you know, getting somewhere at the right time, but every time is the right time, especially if you follow the signs. But there's still something in terms of soul ties here. If there was some kind of betrayal, you are protecting your peace now. Something about a Pisces, though. I'm not really sure. A Pisces, a Virgo, a Gemini. I don't know if you... it says for some of you, the Pisces, if you're dating them, is a red flag. If you are dating them, okay? There is very much a toxic Virgo around you, or you perceive them to be toxic. So even if they're a friend now, old friend, it's the same thing with the Gemini. It's just giving toxic. Virgo. Okay. And then with the Pisces again, there's something where it's like you need to protect your energy from this Pisces. But again, there's something about like a soul tie. There's something about like a relationship here. I don't even know if like you're involved. Somebody could have been like girl drama for a second. Somebody could be like dragging you in and trying to be a third party. Don't fall for it. It's just not worth it. Everybody's done in the situation. Everybody's done in the situation. For them to even attempt to bring you into a situation to make you a third party, for the other girl and for the other dude to be fighting over each other, you so on and so forth, it's all dumb. It's dumb. If this has anything to do with work, don't be fighting at the workplace. It's dumb at the end of the day, especially if you're a server. You get paid how much an hour? $2.15. If I remember correctly, in some areas it's $3. I know if you're in like a really good state, it's like 15 or something. Still, look at money. Money. Protect your money. If you're in a partnership, I don't know. I don't think there's really much you need to worry about now. If anything, there's something off in the distance about them not wanting you to succeed. But I don't feel like that's an issue presently because it's not showing up in the cards. It's definitely just giving you need to cleanse. You need to, again, really go through with yourself with who you feel safe around, who reaches back out to you, who wants to be around you. If you have been lying, or you know somebody who has Aquarius, Cancer placements and they've been lying, I don't know, there's like a reckoning coming around for a lot of people. Just steer clear. Steer clear, because you have people who love you. You know, again, this protect energy is still here. You still have people who love you, and when the truth comes out, it's gonna hurt. But again, they don't see it coming, and they don't see how dumb at the end of the day. There's certain things where, like, at the end of the day, you shouldn't have said what you said. You thought you were better in this situation. We all bleed the same, my guy. We all may not at the core be equal, but you know, I'm just saying, we all bleed the same. I'm sorry. I ran into a Pisces mom the other day, and she was just like, I got a joke for you. I was like, what's that? We're all treated equally. Ma'am. How are you doing? She's like, I'm doing pretty good, but you know, I'm short of like $1 billion where I could like be on the beach or somewhere. Ma'am. That one. Clock it. Anyway. Okay, this is a boring week for us, but we like it. We love it. We don't really have to deal with much. A lot of this, I feel like, is pretty avoidable. If there is drama that starts to come up, with the the 7 of Cups energy, we have the 8 of Pentacles and we have the 2 of Cups. Working, new friendships coming in, new suitors coming in, so on and so forth. There could be one in the making, because the 8 of Pentacles is definitely like making something at work, so on and so forth, but to each their own. Something involving an air sign or a water sign, but this is our energy anyway. Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, if you're a woman. We have 6 of Cups energy, so they're coming through with 6 of Cups energy. Well, that's nice. There's still more to learn, but you know. Either way. Then we also have Divine Union here, which is why I'm saying that as well, but take your time. Don't rush nothing. All right. Cancer, Aquarius individuals. I wish you a great creative session. I wish you a good sleep-in day whenever your off day is. And yeah, whenever you're watching this, I hope you have a great morning, noon, evening, or night. Happy holidays. Talk to you next time.